everyone, it's the Queen of Biohacking here, Dr. Leiva, and I'm here with Dylan from Root Brands. How are you today?
I'm great. How you doing?
Good, good. Thanks for taking this interview.
Of course, yeah.
I know Dylan is also a personal trainer and a nutritionist, so I kind of wanted to talk about what brought you to the company of Root Brands.
Well, the company as a whole is almost like a family to me. I've known Dr. Ram for many years, and she got into the biohacking world after her time at Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson. She worked in the pharmaceutical side and decided to bring it back to the actual nutraceutical, the real stuff that can help on the actual causes, and her model is cure the cause. And she's known me for my personal training background and my nutrition background, and also my work ethic. And she said, why don't we partner up when we start working together, and you can kind of bring a light with the company. And it's just something that I got into, and the Root Brands has been opening like my eyes and my mind really about what I can do and what I can tell other people and how other people can really react to products in a much more holistic way.
Nice. And talking about opening eyes and opening minds, I've always been very used to methylene blue as this like big nootropic out there in the biohacking community. But when I walked by the Root Brands table, you guys have a nootropic that you guys branded. And tell me about that nootropic.
So that's zero in. As the name suggests, we want people to zero in and focus in on their task of the day. But it's got a lot more to it than that. Some key ingredients, it has N-acetyl L-tyrosine, it has L-theanine and velvet bean seed. Those are L-dopa peptides. And with those, as a lot of people know, helps produce dopamine and serotonin in the brain. A lot more in there to that, but when you produce dopamine by yourself, it can also make you feel less stress. And with the additive effect of the helping asset of anhydrous caffeine with 100 milligrams in there, it's not just a placebo pill. We give it out as supplements and as a sample, just so people can see, hey, this is an actual supplement that's going to help me out, not just in short term, but long term.
So what do you recommend taking that daily, or how do you recommend taking that when you need it?
Well, so everyone takes it differently. Personally, I take it as a pre-workout because I like to go into my workout sessions with the clear mental focus and without any anxiety. And also the added dopamine effect just feels so good.
Gotcha.
But my fiance actually takes it as needed, almost as an anxiety medication herself. She has bad ADHD. And instead of having her take prescription pills, I recommend to her just take, if you feel like today's going to be a rough day, take one pill in the morning, take one pill after lunch, and just see how you feel. One pill will do you. I mean, most people will just sit with that, and I've taken 3 today just to keep myself going through the booths.
Gotcha. Yeah, I became an affiliate after this last conference where I spoke with you guys. I believe it was in Miami, and I love the coffee. You have facial products, you have pills, so you guys kind of span the whole industry a little bit.
Yeah, our goal is to help everyone's every facet. Everyone needs a mold-free coffee. Everyone is almost addicted to something. Everyone needs to change their life and better themselves in a way. And we're finally getting into fitness overall. We have a weight loss supplement that we just launched 2 months ago. And we have a new BCAA product with essential amino acids called Crush we just launched last week. So our kind of goal...
I'm excited for that one.
I'll let you know. That's amazing. Our goal as a company is to make sure whatever you want to fix, whatever you want to better yourself out, whatever you want to create greatness in, you have the ability to do that. You can pick and choose. You can take one of everything, or you can say, this is my niche product. This is my niche grouping of products, and here's how I want to better myself with these products. So it's kind of one for everything.
I like that. So let's go back to your start of personal training and nutrition. What made you want to get into the wellness industry, period?
Well, growing up, I was pretty small, kind of got picked on a little bit, and I got into sports, athletics, and I played rugby. And then after that, I got into friend groups that just knew how to work out, but didn't work out the correct way. And I kind of found myself leading my friends in workouts, and I felt almost a pride to a pleasure in that, almost an ego of like, hey, I can help myself. Let me help other people get better in that situation.
Or a purpose, like passion or purpose.
And everyone can start somewhere, and I think that's what my dream was with personal training. You could be morbidly obese and just take 1 or 2 more steps a day, and that's your start to getting better in a healthier life. And I found good solace in that, and being able to see progress pics of my clients who've lost X amount of weight or lost no weight, and their body fat percentage dropped by 10%. You know, everyone's a little bit different, and I just love seeing the final product of what that is, and that's how I grew into the space.
I love that. And with my clients, I call them the non-scale gains, because sometimes when you're always looking at the scale, for that little needle to move, maybe you're walking better. You walk down your child down the aisle when they got married. You walked up a flight of stairs. Some people tell me they finally swam on the bottom of their pool. They never had the strength. So, there's these things that change, and then the weight can drop off for you to optimize who you are. So
exactly,
that's pretty awesome.
Everyone has a goal in mind, and I think people get too strung up on that far in final goal. They kind of forget the small steps you take and the small accomplishments and wins you get. I mean, everyone has a win every day, but some people get downtrodden because they think, I haven't reached my goal in a year. Well, you have another year. You have another year. You keep going until you get to the last goal. So that's kind of the aspect I loved about it.
I love that. And you really do have to be patient with your goals. I love journaling, because if you write about your gratitude daily, you can see those little leaps that you take from when you started. And again, something's better than nothing. I have patients that have neurological conditions or just lots of fatigue. So they feel like, if I can't hit an hour, what's the point? But if you can do 10 minutes multiple times a day, or even just deep breathe, something is always better than nothing.
Even just the aspect of, I ate unhealthy today. Did I fail? No, I can make it up tomorrow. There's always a win you can get.
And I love that, because at a lot of conferences, I've met people that are new to this, and they're scared to come because they don't want to be shamed for their current behaviors, their current way that they eat, so I've heard that at a lot of different conferences. So it's really great. The Root Brands can teach you from step one, non-judgment. And that's a great way to join a company, and you guys have an affiliate. Tell us about your affiliate program.
Yeah, so at base level, everyone who joins is just a customer. You can buy a product and stay a customer forever. But Clayton and Dr. Ron's model is, how can we spread greatness throughout as many people as possible? And Clayton has a great saying of, we have 6 degrees of separation from everyone in the world. If I tell you about a great thing that changed my life, then you can tell someone else about that. Well, if you told someone how the Root Brands changed your life, why don't you get rewarded from that? Like, you should get rewarded for telling someone. If you tell me, hey, that Mexican restaurant down the street is fantastic, go check it out, which I will. Why don't you get a percentage of the cost? You're the one telling me to go there. You're getting them sales. Yeah. So our affiliate model is, you're doing the work and you're the one spreading our name around. Why don't you get commission off that? So we do a 15% base commission, and we have account setups to where you can be a customer, buy products. You can set up an account for free and never buy anything, and just have a referral code that you give out to people. And every time someone buys a product from there, you get a commission.
Yep, and my referral code is Exerscience. So if you go to the Queen of Biohacking, you can go to the link right away, or definitely visit their table. If you guys are not here in Texas, the Biohackers World Conference is coming to Miami. Will you guys be there?
Of course, yeah. The conferences of biohacking is something we try to go to every year for every conference we can, if we have the time.
Nice. So like I said, if you go to my Instagram page, you can hit the link in the bio, and then if you scroll down, you can see Root Brands, and you can shop right from there. You can also go to any website and type in Root Brands and use my code Exerscience. It gives you that percentage off. And tell us about any new products that you guys are launching.
Well, it's pretty crazy. We are a 4-year-old company. We're in 76 different countries. So you might think, oh, your product line for 4 years old is probably 1, 2, maybe 3 supplements. We have a product line of 3 initial with the Trinity Pack, Clean Slate, Restore, Zero In. We have a collagen and colostrum supplement. We have a Reel of Greens, which is a proprietary blend of greens. We have a natural berry support supplement, which is vitamin C, zinc, vitamin D. Think of like emergency, but on steroids.
Yeah.
We have a product called Immune Defense Shield, which is NAD. It has a K2, vitamin C, vitamin D3, a lot of great vitamins. And the newer ones we have a new product line called Clean Spirits. The powder form of these have calcium carbonate and magnesium oxide, which really helps the liver detoxify itself. But the main product with that is called Clean Spirits. It's a same tincture form as Clean Slate, our principal cysteine, and that can actually help with the liver detoxification. Clayton even has said if you put this product in your drinks, if you have a cocktail, if you put that product a couple drops in there, it helps target the liver itself because it's going with the alcohol.
Hey, biohack your nighttime routine too. That's awesome.
Exactly.
And what about children? Like you said, immune defense, and as a mother, right away I thought of my child. What is the age recommendation for?
Because we're all natural supplements, there's no age start. And something that I love to talk about is our clean slate product, which helps detoxify. If you're a mother who's carrying a child in her womb, you're probably thinking, oh, I don't want to detoxify myself because where that toxin is going, it's going to my child. Well, in actuality, our clean slate product, which uses bioavailable silica, actually detoxifies the mother and the child in the womb too. So It's kind of a double hit, and it does not excrete through the breast milk either. So even post pregnancy, if you're breastfeeding, you can still do that without any cause of concern.
That's awesome. And I mean, just speaking with Dylan, I can see his passion for Root Brands and the knowledge that he has about the company speaks for the company itself. You can go to different booths, and sometimes the people don't know how to speak about the products, and right away I'm completely turned off. And you can tell that you take the products, you know about the products. Yeah. And I met him at the last conference, and that's actually why I signed up, because, with knowledge is power. And to know what you're taking, you can buy into the product because you know it's working, and you guys have good evidence behind your product.
We always do third-party testing. We have BSCG certification, which is the gold standard for third-party testing. The Olympics use it because we don't want to give you a product that we think, we're just pushing out of the shelves to make money.
Yeah.
We want to have a product that really has high efficacy and bioavailability. Everything we have is something that you're going to take, and you're actually going to feel a difference, if not right away, if not in a couple months, if not a year.
Yeah, and I can't even tell you. I get a million emails of so many different companies that want me to bottle my own product and put my name on it. The Queen of Biohacking or Exerscience products. And, I've never even looked at that, because when these companies come from all around, the prices get cheaper and cheaper. And when you go to a store and they have their own branded supplement, you really have to be cautious and look into like you said, the efficacy behind it. There's so many ways that you can test, even if it's absorbing in your body, but even more if you go to a company that's third-party tested, you don't have to become a lab scientist yourself.
Exactly. And one thing I like to see, especially in the gym, you'll see a lot of products with just a ton of fillers, a ton of labels expanding this long. It's like, what am I actually getting out of this?
Yeah.
Sure, it tastes like electric blue raspberry watermelon.
Yeah.
It tastes great, but is it actually helping my body with what I want it to do? Or is it just a 2-gram scoop of filler product and insert product name below? These products aren't actually good for you. It's cheap, and it's the reason there is cheapness.
I love that you say that, because I teach yoga at these big box gyms, okay? And I'm going to call them out. I teach yoga at EOS. I teach yoga at Crunch Fitness. And they have partnerships where it's like Members Day, and they have all these booths, with companies that set up. And I love you guys. And I don't teach for money, so if you fire me, I love you. But it doesn't matter. I walked in, and this gentleman goes, "Would you like Ozempic?"
Oh.
I walked into a gym. I'm going to teach hot yoga, and he asked if I want Ozempic. I already went on 10, 20 different spiels about this. But the fact that they're in the gym now week to week pushing Ozempic drives me crazy. And first of all, I don't think, if the viewers, everybody has their own opinion, but it's, they're pushing it for weight loss. So I asked, do you think I need to lose weight? First of all, to the doctor. And he's like, well, maybe if it's not you, maybe your friends need Ozempic. And, and he didn't know my background. And I was just like, I was boiling from the inside out, because you're picking weight for a different type of deficiency.
And they're just trying to push, I call it almost disgraceful sales.
Exactly.
They don't care who they're selling it to, as long as someone buys it. And
exactly.
And they're also preying on people at the gym who probably have body dysmorphia or some kind of problem mentally that
100%.
they want to get better, and they're like, let's prey on that person because they think they need to lose a little bit of weight. We can get a quick sale out of them instead of actually teaching them.
Exactly. And that's why right away he's like, "Ooh, I got the wrong person. Don't be offended." And I go, not only am I offended, but I'm advocating for all these people who are doing the right thing. They're coming here to put in the work, to get their muscles working, the receptors, their joints, all of this functional movement. And you have a table right in the front. You asked me if I want Ozempic. No matter how I look, you don't know what's going on in my mind. And then right next to you is 3 different protein companies, just like you said, making these shakes that are called Sour Patch Kids or cookies and cream. And it's like, and nobody can understand this huge list of ingredients.
And once
So
you get
it's
to
so crazy.
the acid side of it, the stuff that's just the fillers, and it's like, why are you putting all this in there? I get that they have to put it in there to make it taste good, but you're losing the effect. I'll tell you right away, our Crush, the BCAAs, it tastes like chalk, but on the label, you see the 6 of the 9 essential amino acids, you see the BCAAs, you see H&B, and that's it. You see what you get, and you're getting what you want to get out of it because you see it. We're not trying to hide anything behind the label. It's not like you need a huge scoop. You need a third of a teaspoon to get that supplement.
Wow.
Which most supplements for aminos are 2 grams.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
All of this stuff. And, a lot of people, and there's a lot of foodies. I've been through a lot. I used to have a colostomy bag, and I take a lot of protein drinks, and I don't love food like most people. So I definitely eat to live. Some people live to eat, and that's like a big passion of theirs. So I know it's a little bit unfair for me from my standpoint because I don't have that hunger driven that most people do. But I love to teach people, if you think of eating to live, not living to eat, you're going to eat a different way.
Of course. And also understanding what different foods do for your body. I always had the misconception that a calorie is a calorie and a calorie is a calorie. But then I started learning about nutrition and understanding what like kilocalories are and like macronutrients. And just because you're eating only 1,000 calories a day, if you're eating just trans fats or trans fats and you're eating a bunch of carbs of fats, everything's great in its own way, but in good proportions with each other.
Yeah, definitely. And the timing of that you eat, because I do nutrition with my patients as well. You can work on the body, you can work on the mind, but if you're eating like crap and you don't have those building blocks, usually it all falls down. So we go through a nutrition diary, and I might just look at their habits and say, hey, maybe you should have your carbs before this time, and maybe you should have your protein at this time so you can shed the fat. So some people just really don't know when to do it, how to do it. There's different ideas about intermittent fasting. Do you have any ideas on intermittent fasting? How do you feel about that?
There's a couple things that I'm not a huge fan of overall fad diets, I call them. But I think everything works for someone.
Yes.
I did a keto diet for a while and actually worked really well for me. I actually went into ketosis within 2 days.
Wow.
And I stayed in that with pretty relatively decent carbs between 30 and 40. Intermittent fasting the same way. I couldn't do it personally because I eat a lot of meat and protein, and I feel like I personally lost sight of my overall goal while I was doing that. I felt more bogged down. I felt like I couldn't actually achieve what I wanted to in the gym while I was fasted. Gotcha. So I try to program my workouts to where I'm eating a decent amount of protein and carbs before so I get some energy, so I can eat some protein afterwards for the fuel afterwards. And I try to time it out that way for myself personally. But like I said, I don't like to, unless I know someone face to face and I get to talk to them, I will never say, oh, intermittent fasting or try this diet, because everyone's going to be slightly different.
Gotcha, yeah. And that's pretty much a lot of what I recommend. Get those carbs in, or those like simple sugars before you work out so you can burn them off, the good protein after. And before we get off of this podcast, this video podcast, what do you do for your mind? Do you have a meditation practice? Is there any biohacking tools that you use for your mental health?
I wish I focused more on my mind. I wish I did more meditation. Actually, in the Miami event, when we did the guided meditation circles, I was completely opened up to a different aspect. And I started doing more sauna treatments, and not treatments, but I would go in the sauna more often after the workouts and do just slow stretches. And during that time, instead of listening to loud music, I started to think to myself, what's the goal now? What did I accomplish? And I started really thinking about my mental aspect of it. And the mental health side of fitness is so not spoken about, to be honest. And so I personally never thought about that until about a year ago. So I've been trying to get better at that in my own regard.
I love that. And I have a sauna at my clinic, and my son, when he's 7 years old, one of them, the other's 16, but when my 7-year-old's at my clinic, I can always find him in the sauna, and he has a timer he knows for safety to get out. And I ask him, why do you like going in the sauna? And he's like, there's no noise. I think of nothing.
Block it out, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just a really simple way from a child's standpoint of just zenning out, and it's a really beautiful thing. Every time, again, I teach hot yoga. I'm at the gyms all the time, and I have a blog. I'm creating all these pictures because almost everybody's in the gym, and they're like this on the phone, fully clothed with headphones on, and no judgment, but if you think again, eating to live, when you work out, when you're doing detoxing, what are you doing for the alignment of your body? And just like on Brain Tap, I love Brain Tap for my mind. I have a meditation on Brain Tap. It's called Align Your Spine and Free Your Mind. So, you know, when I'm in the sauna, I like to align my spine and free my mind. So I just want everybody to think about that, because people will check off the boxes all the time. And again, something's better than nothing. But if you are getting deeper into your practice, you have to know why you're doing it and what is the benefit. Because when you're wearing all of these clothes that have artificial dyes, and you're sitting in this position, and you have your gym shoes with plastic on the table, you know, it's just with your shoes on the seat, it's not good. It's not good at all.
There's a culture to everything, and there's a way to make yourself. I think I personally go to the gyms and I find people that I'm like, I want to be similar to that person, and I'll see how they act around it. And you'll see the gyms that are bad culture based and everyone's acting a certain way, and you'll see just in life it's repetitive. There's a psychology study that if you walk into the elevator and you face the wrong way as the first person, the next people who follow into the elevator will follow the same way you're doing it. So if you're in the gym and you're actually leading and being a person of example, like when you lead your classes, if I'm just in the gym by myself, you should be someone you think, people are always watching me. How can I make them follow in a good example? Am I going to sit on my phone? Am I going to be texting all the time? Am I going to be screaming at equipment and grunting everywhere? Maybe. Or maybe I can be someone who lives silently. My coach in rugby always had a term that was a silent assassin. You know, someone who strives for their goals, does what they need to do, but people don't see it really until it's done, but they know it's happening.
I love that you said that. And being the change that you want to see, I think I saw something on social media. There was a soccer team, and the older soccer players were putting their jacket on the younger ones. But in the beginning, they were all standing in the rain.
Yeah, it starts with one.
Yeah, and then the first guy put it on, and the next guy looked over, and he did, and everybody followed along. And exactly right, at teaching yoga at Crunch, the other day I was cut off on the way into Crunch. And then the person actually parked right at the gym, and I think they were in my class.
Oh.
So I thought, I made a joke in the front, you know, I might, if everybody leaves class really angry, it's because I'm going to teach them a lesson. Oh. And when I got in, I thought, you know, I have to be compassionate, and I want to be the change I want to see, because I also have a 16-year-old. I just gave him my car, and that's really what made me upset, because I thought they just cut me off. It's dangerous. But when I went in there, I talked to them about, you know, just really good road rules and why. Not because of judgment or hurrying, but like, you don't know if it's a 16-year-old. My mother was killed in 2019, and when I was in a car to go to the hospital, you know, before they took her body, I remember someone was just honking behind me, and it's like, you never know what someone else is going through. Just like that person walking into the gym, and then you're going to offer them Ozempic. I mean, you never know what someone's going through. So you have to think, what is the frequency of what you're saying, what you're doing? It can apply to everything. And if it comes from love and health, it can never be wrong.
That's partly what the model of Root Brands is, if I can tie it back into that.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, when one person starts something great, and they keep passing it on, that doesn't stop with that trend. It's not just going to stop with one person. You met us at the booth. You liked the products. We didn't sell you anything unless you liked it. You liked it, and you liked it enough to spread it to your community, and now your community can try it too. That's how health and wellness should be. And I hate that term, health and wellness, but that's how it should be. It should be, I take this and I trust it. Well, now if I have the ability to, I'm going to spread this out to other people I know to keep going. It's a trickle-down domino effect of, I'm taking it, you can take it, you feel it, you give it to someone else to take it, and just so on and so forth.
100%. You know, I had one patient laugh, and they said, you know, you always say you're not a sales lady, but you affiliate with so many products. And I said, well, it's effortless, because if I like it and it works, I never promote something unless I'm taking it myself. And there's been plenty of products that have been sent to me that I do not like and I will not promote. But because I've changed my own health, I reversed the colostomy bag. I help people walk again, talk again. So if you're in Tampa, Florida, and you want to check out the Exerscience Center, come check it out. But just because I have it, I have the anti-aging equipment, I have the Brain Tap, I have the hyperbarics, the Root brands, and it's because I've been coming to the conferences and I've been seeing the magic that they create. So it's not me, oh, buy this product, this is what I use, it works. Same thing, my clients try it, and then they share it with their family and friends. So I thank you for having this interview. It was such a great time.
I've seen you.
Full circle. I tried out his products and now I'm here interviewing them. So see you guys real soon.
Thank you, guys.